As the title of this video says, history repeats itself. What am I talking about? Well, you may remember a few months ago when the war started, I mentioned that it was almost 80 years since the end of the last war. And it was coming too close on 100 years to when the troubles started before the last war, Second War. And how coincidental it was that we never seemed to learn from our mistakes. Recently, I seen a speech made by a British officer who likened what was going on at the moment between Russia and the West as appeasement, such as was done with Hitler before the Second World War. Now, while I don't think I'm a warmonger by any means, while I dread the thoughts of a third world war, I do think appeasement is not the answer. And if we don't grab this by the kahunas and sort it out quick, it could develop very, very, very dangerously. So have a thought on that. And if you want, by all means, make a comment. I'd love to hear what your views are. Also, on today's news, our beloved Taoiseach, the one and only Leo, you know, the guy who's been investigated for wrongdoings in connection with the health service in this country, giving out information he shouldn't be and all that, you know. But, also the guy who likes dealing with the Saudi government, because he finds them very pleasant and very easy to work with. The fact that they're murderers and have a terrible human rights record, but that's okay. Business is business, you know. Anyway, by the way, he's about to become our Taoiseach in a couple of months. That should be fun, shouldn't it? He's also behind Sinn Féin in the polls, but that's another story. He remarked today that he didn't think that the North should have a border poll. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but shouldn't we be staying out of politics in another country? We should only be interested in the north of Ireland if they decide they do want to leave the Union. Then it becomes an Irish question as to whether we unite or not. But until then, as Taoiseach or as Taoiseach in this country and the future Taoiseach, he should really be keeping his gob shut and stop interfering in our country's internal politics until it becomes our business. It doesn't become our business unless they vote for a united Ireland. Again, your thoughts would be much appreciated. My final thought would be the poll that says the Irish majority, let me see if I can get this right. The majority of people polled would agree with the army being sent into the airport. Now, I am on record on YouTube and on Facebook questioning the use of police for evictions. And now I'm questioning and have been questioning the use of the army in Dublin Airport. Why are we helping private businesses? They say they're short staffed because of COVID. Yet there's no restrictions at the airport. You don't have to wear a mask at the airport. So what's going on? Could it possibly be that the Dublin Airport Authority just won't pay the people that they need a decent wage? That's why nobody's working for them? And the army do come cheap after all. I mean, we don't even pay the army a decent wage. So let's face it, if they're offered an extra couple of bob, they'll probably take it. But is it right? And what does Leo get out of it? And Micheál, That's what I'd like to know. Because let's face it, they're businessmen and they don't do anything without getting something out of it. Oh, and by the way, I did ask Leo about his comments on the CNN interview some 8 months ago. I got an automated reply that he'd received my email, but for some reason, I got no reply to it. Now, I understand that he's a busy man, but the goons he employs to do his daily office work at least should have replied, I would have thought. The same goes for Micheál Martin. The same goes for the Green Party leader. The same goes for the Sinn Féin leader. And indeed, the same goes for my own representative here, Mr. Murphy. Not impressed with politicians at all. Not at all. And I still hold the view that until Sinn Féin are put in power, then we'll never know what they're like, and we can't criticise them. Which is what Leo does every chance he can get. But Leo's had at least 6 years to solve the housing crisis in this country and has done bugger all. It's got worse instead of better. Mind you, it must be said that the private enterprises building the houses have made lots of money. In fact, we're paying them to build houses. Get that? We're actually paying people to build houses. We're covering the cost of the building for them. Isn't that sweet of us? Yet we still have over 10,000 homeless in this country. In fact, if the truth be known, it's probably more. The figures they're giving is 3,000 kids, but if they're giving 3,000, it's probably 3 times as much. Get your finger out of your asses, boys. We need an election and we need to put somebody in who's going to do something. Now, I'm not saying that Sinn Féin are going to do something, but they're the only party we haven't tried. So what the hell? What have we got to lose? If they fail, then we know the whole thing's a washout and not worth a while voting for any of them. Anyway, anybody who would like to subscribe, please do so. If you want to comment, by all means do so. I'd love to get your feedback because I don't think many people see this, but it gets it off my chest anyway. So until the next time, have a nice summer.